Hi, this is Ray. You know, Ray, I'm Ray. This is Ray. You know, so this whole thing with these kids in their cars, like that was one thing. And so the way that I finally left that house is like these kids kept talking about drugs. And so I said that I'm not going to do this to Al-Anon. You know, my grandmother, you know, she talks about those things. And I said, you know what, I'm not going to contribute to whatever it is that you keep talking about. I'm out of here. You know, I walked out of the apartment. And then I lived in this other place for a little while. And I worked at this liquor store. And then I moved to this place out in SoCal. And that's when I got this toothache. And so I didn't really know what to do about this toothache, but I ran down to the hospital about this toothache that just wouldn't go away. And then then I go out onto the streets like in the middle of this fucking toothache, which turns out to be like 5 or 6 molars, you know, so they did a great job, you know, but, and so then I'm out on the streets like with this thing, and I'm just, you know, I'm just trying not to be too much of a hard ass, like, about myself, like, what else is there, like, you know, that he just disappears, or like, there's some kind of a weird story and they don't know anything, but then they just see this, like, stranger, like, you know, whatever it is, like, when you don't, when nobody knows who you are, and, like, something happens to somebody, and then they just want to say, like, that person did it, or, like, you point the finger at that guy because nobody knows, like, who that is, like, or whatever that is, you know. I'm in the middle of this toothache, and I don't have this big, like, beef, like, with everybody. I don't have this beef like that, you know, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't fantasillate, like, into the fantasy, though, you know what I mean? Why? Because there is no fucking fantasy that there's not supposed to be a fucking fantasy be there. It's not supposed to be there. You know what I mean?